What's going on, guys? Ryan here, and today, you guessed it, we're going to be working on the laundry room. My goal is to get the drain line, at least, and maybe part of the vent installed for the washer. I have been, for the last couple weeks, using the washer in a very weird way, having like a faux pipe here running out the door and a hose running in, and it's just really annoying and frustrating to do any laundry. Um, so I'm going to try my best to at least get the drain line installed, because that way I can at least have the washer in place, and I will probably try to also do the dryer vent because that's fairly easy. But right now, one of the other problems is that I don't have the actual siding on the outside of the house installed yet, and I've been wanting to get it installed because of the house wrap can only stay in the sun for so long. This summer will be fine, but the sooner the better would be. Just the sooner the better, basically. And I'm not quite sure what I want to do on the siding quite yet, so I'm just trying to take one step at a time. If I have to go to Home Depot to get some parts, I'll pick up my order and maybe a couple other things. That way I don't have to go again. With that being said, I did just a little bit before I turned the camera on. Let me show you. This is the washing machine box. I don't know what it's actually called. I'm actually going to put a stud here that goes all the way down, because even though you can use this flap thing to make it kind of more rigid, it still moves a little bit, and I would like it to be as rigid as possible. So that's what I'm going to do. But I do not have any of these. I don't have any pecs for that, and I'm not even sure when I'm going to be able to install it, or even how to install it. I'm just, like I said just a bit ago, I'm taking one step at a time, doing as much as I can without going overboard, or without drowning in work and with things to do, because obviously the shop needs to be done, the siding needs to be done, this room needs to be done, this bathroom needs to be done, the plumbing, the electrical, and then the other bathroom and our closet needs to be done. And we also have yard work, weeds. We have two stray dogs that we have to take care of. Our dog and our cat to take care of. And the cat's been peeing places where he shouldn't pee. And then our dog's been eating his poop. The cat's poop, I should say. And it's just a big mess. So I'm just trying to take it one step at a time. And we're just going to hopefully get this drain installed. Like I said, for the vent, I don't need it installed right away. It's not that big of a deal. However, it is a pretty big deal to try to do laundry with this dumb pipe running out. So we're going to get that done at least today. So I'll just kind of show you. I'm not going to do the time lapse. I'm just going to kind of show you every now and again an update or whatever. So yeah. I've been in here for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, I don't know. And I finally got the main part of the drain where the washer hooks up to it figured out. This is the pipe that comes down. There's the trap, and it goes over, and there is the sanitary tee, goes down, up for the vent. I have that little wood puck in there, so when I drill out the hole for the vent, not a lot of debris gets in there, and I'm going to have a tough time getting the pipe connected to that T, mainly because I'm going to have to put glue on the other side of that, inside of this fitting, and I'm not quite sure if I'll be able to easily. I probably should have left it, had the pipe come up from the crawl space, and then glued it together, and then lifted it up to glue it to there. But it's all said and done. It was actually really difficult to get this situated. I did have this go all the way down, but since this pipe needs this much space, I had to cut it. And because this isn't load bearing whatsoever, it's just to hold this pretty tight. It doesn't move. I just went across, went down. This piece is literally the piece that I used right here. So I just cut it and then moved it. It doesn't need a touch. I may put some sort of spacer in there just so this doesn't move, but in reality, this is totally fine. I had to adjust the hole a little bit, but it's fine. It doesn't move. It looks awful, but one, I'm not a plumber. Two, this is my first time actually doing proper plumbing and draining and whatever. I might take a break and go to Safeway to pick up my prescription, which has been all over the world at this point, because they sent it to my old address, which is in Ellensburg, which is like an hour away, and then they sent it to Seattle, and then they sent it back here. I don't know. But they didn't send it to this address, so I have to go pick it up. I also, I don't think I'm going to need anything quite yet, parts-wise from Home Depot, but I might actually want to double check and make sure I don't need any other extra parts, because I need to get up on the roof to see what the other vents look like, how they come out of the roof, and how I can kind of get that sealed up. I think there's like some sort of like flange or some sort of thing that you go over. I don't know. I'm going to take a break. It's a little toasty in here. I have the fan going on in the other room. I'm actually going to go out in the shop, make sure the lights are off, turn that off, and just take a break. Let some batteries charge. Luckily, this hole saw bit, I haven't broken my wrist at all yet. A couple times got pretty close and like getting pinched between the stud and the drill, but so far it's fine. Everything's... I'm talking too long. Alright, yesterday morning I crawled underneath the house and I was just laying there thinking, what am I supposed to do today? How am I supposed to do this job? And I realized I don't have everything I need, and it's getting too hot already, and I'm going to wear a long sleeve with pants and to be underneath the house. And I thought, you know what? Let's just do it tomorrow morning right after Ellie leaves to work at like 7:30, 8 o'clock. And you know what? Today, that's exactly what I did. I went underneath the house. I started to do a bunch of stuff, got up, and I'm sweating. It is currently 80 degrees out, and it's supposed to get up to 93. And I am done for the day with plumbing. I'm going to hop down there and show you, but real quick, I just want to say this job is taking a lot longer than I thought, a lot longer than it probably should. However, this is my first time doing any plumbing, and it's fairly basic right now, but once we get into this bathroom and doing the vent part, that's when it's going to get kind of complicated. But with that being said, I think either tomorrow or within a few days next week, I'll be able to run the washer. Now, the thing that I'm trying to get done is the main line for the washer. I want the washer to be connected up to the main line. The vent, I'm not too worried about because I can just cap it when I'm not using it, and then I can just crack the window open. Also because this space is literally, it's not at all, I don't know. It's not an enclosed space. The only issue is that we have the furnace in here, which sucks in the air. So I might just crack open the window and probably just do a mock vent, just going up and then turning and then out the window or something, just so any sewer gases we're not going to be able to smell throughout the house or in this space. It's not that big of a deal. I do have to drill a hole up here. The issue with that is I'm not quite sure how I'm supposed to drill a hole through the roof. I have the I called it a flange, but it's actually a pipe flashing for the roof. I have that, but I just don't really know how I'm supposed to drill a hole through the roof because it's fairly I don't know. I guess what I could do is shove a piece of pipe up there to meet the the roof sheathing, and then I can just start drilling it out that way. And then once the pilot bit goes through the roof, I can come from the roof side down, and then there you go. So I can do that. That's not a big deal. So let me just get down here and show you, because my light's still on down there. Okay, real quick. This is the old pipe for the washer, and that is the new pipe. I am debating on a few ways of doing it. I'm going to scoot forward so you can see. So either I take this and I go all the way down and hopefully miss the ductwork, which it kind of seems I might be able to, but just in case I don't, or I don't choose that way, I can go back behind the ductwork and across. It'll just be really close to the foundation. There's a vent back there that, like a foundation vent, whatever you want to call it. It shouldn't be a problem. I don't see why it would, but I have to figure that out before I change my mind, or before I decide, because once I decide, I'm not going to be able to go back. Well, I would be able to, I just don't want to mess with it. I think the safest way is to go that way. I don't know, it just seems better, because what if one day I have to crawl around in this space? I'm going to have to dodge this and the air duct, and I'm not going to be able to get to certain places. But the other issue is back behind there, it's going to be pretty hard to deal with the pipe. So plus back there is where the pipe comes in for the washer, the new washer area. So I probably will have to just go back there anyways. Yeah, it's going to be a pain in the butt to do that piping, since there's a whole not a whole lot of room behind that ductwork. Without crawling all the way back down there, if you see that little metal piece right there, that's where the sink pipe begins, and that's where it stopped. And I did the rest of this run. It's pretty difficult to get it not level, but to get it at the right angle all the way. But I think I'm doing a pretty good job, and I think up to this point I'm going to be able to use those J bracket things that I got at Home Depot that are plastic, instead of using these metal straps, because these are a pain to use. The other ones you just snap on and then like lift it up and hammer a nail in, and it's a lot quicker than these, I think. But with that being said, I think the next clip for this video should be me finishing it, showing you what I did. I'm not really too into time-lapse in this one, just because a lot of it's dark and it's going to take even longer to record or do these things, because I have to record it. But I'm busy. I mean, I can try to finish it tonight or today, but it's way too hot. And I don't want to be down here with a short sleeve and shorts. It's just not what I want to do. Saturday, I'm kind of busy all day, to be honest. So we'll see. We'll see when this gets done, but I need to start doing laundry pretty soon. Every week, laundry. We'll see. Okay, I got good news and I got bad news. The good news is I finished the drain and the vent line for the washer. And it looks something like so. Don't mind the block on my finger. I did end up redoing this, because the second I was done with it, I thought, yeah, that looks like complete garbage. So I just took it out completely and just filled in this space so that this is very, very, very rigid. There's no movement there, and everything looks so much better. The vent line was fairly easy to do. I even did the proper thing on the roof. And maybe I can show you a little bit of what that is supposed to look like. And then for the rest of the drain line, I just hooked it up to the main line that I had moved back behind the ductwork. I don't really want to go down there again to show you. So it was actually pretty easy to do. It wasn't that big of a deal. It wasn't super hard to do. And it works. I've been using the washer for a couple days now, and it works. The bad news that I had mentioned about is that I still have not done the supply line, the water lines to the washer. And because I haven't done that yet, I'm still using the old lines, but I just have a hose connected to it, and I have the one supply line hose, and it leaks a little bit, so I just put it on a bucket. That was over 2 days of doing laundry with it shut off when I'm not using it, so it's really not that big of a leak, and I can just dump it when I'm done. But hopefully before we go on our vacation in a couple weeks, I can get this done completely, because I don't want to leave it like this for the person who's going to be house sitting, because in case they need to do laundry. Plus, I would really like for this to be completely done. Therefore, I can start on the bathroom plumbing, because that is one of the bigger things, the bigger jobs. And I'm glad I got it up to this point, because now it should be a lot easier to do the rest of the plumbing, because the whole main line up to this point is done and ready to go. The toilet should be one of the easiest ones. We'll see. But let me actually show you real quick what the outside looks like, and then I'll end the video. So this is the vent that comes out. I spray painted it with the only spray paint that I had, which is chrome, and that's why it looks so funny. But the other lines are just plain gray, and I'm pretty sure everything's good to go there. I sealed it as best as I can, and the reason why I spray painted it is because you're not supposed to have ABS in the sun or it becomes brittle, and I'm pretty sure it might warp, so I think all the other ones are PVC, so it's fine, but it looks fine to me. It actually almost looks like the other ones. So that's it for today's video. I'm not quite sure how long it is, but I'm glad I got it done, like I said, and I'm excited for it because it's another step in the right direction. And so that'll be it for today's video. If you liked it, be sure to smack the like button as hard as you can. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It'll help me a lot. And I'll see you guys all next time.